this is all of us?
No, I think that's
Yeah, my press release for tomorrow.
April Fool. Did you see, by the way, the best April Fool was Cafe Martin's?
Probably girls even.
You realize that there was more laughter in the first 5 minutes of a CAC meeting than every other government.
I think I heard that, and I think he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Something about laughter.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Yes. All right, here we go. Call to order, 6:04, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Accepting the minutes. So we got 2 sets of minutes from Linda. Did everyone get a chance to read? No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were fine. I mean, scanning, any issues? Josh had a couple of questions that he sent back to Linda, but yeah, no, yes, no.
I didn't read them.
My only question, but we'll get to them. So they look, I'm okay with okay in the minutes. Everyone else?
Yes.
Fine. Yes, fine. Okay. Minutes are okay. Great. Thank you very much, Linda. The city budget for 2025. So we thought that the funds can go from one year to the next, but they did not. They can only go from last year into this year if we already had a contract signed. So we only have our budget for this year for street tree planting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe is like, I don't know off the top of my head, but I want to say around 13, 15 grand. Okay, so that's what we have for street tree planting this year.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't able to carry funds over from this year. We were only able to do that if we had already had a contract signed. That's the deal. Yeah. That's the money. We have Forrester that needs to be paid, who helped us with the last grant.
Okay.
So that has to come out of that money. So I just want to make sure everyone's on board with that. We have to have so that's $1,800 for the Forrester who came in. Do you want to explain what they did?
We did the assessment of the
Right.
cemetery.
Yes.
So walk around and advise and do up, so,
Mhm.
and did, overhead survey maps and a whole bunch of different things. He and his assistant did on 2 separate occasions.
And that was used for the grant application.
Correct.
And how much is that grant, by the way?
250 something.
It's a big grant. So if we get that grant, I think it's money well spent. It's good that we have that for future grants. So is everyone okay with releasing the $1,800 out of that budget for the Forrester?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. All in favor, yes. New member is Nora, is a new member who we met last month. She went through the common council, so she's all da-da-da. Okay, she still has to take the oath and get an email address, a city email address. So that's where we stand with that. So I emailed her today and hopefully she can't make it today because she's not feeling well, but yeah, that's what it's at. All right. Oh, here's Josh. Hi. Welcome. Have a seat.
Excited.
Oh, so we just okayed the minutes, right? You had questions with the minutes?
Yes, and Linda corrected my one addition, so
Yeah.
all looked good to me.
And we just agreed to pay the forester the $1,800 out of a street tree budget, so that's where we're at. Okay. All right, great. Water source protection program.
Yeah, well, that was something that just came in, was forwarded to me. That is, basically a freebie program, and I told you about that, John. And they will provide everything. They'll pretty much look at our water supply, i.e. Churchtown Reservoir, scope it out, do land survey and a whole lot of stuff, strategizing, help us to fund anything in future. It's a kind of a big deal. And I thought it'd be great just to set a baseline for where we are with that.
Right.
In case of any eventuality, anything goes awry, and we have to use the quarry for our water sewer. Which hopefully would never happen. And thank you for sending that document, sharing the document.
The natural
with me.
resource
But
image.
the last time they looked at the water was in 2012, so we're due.
Yeah.
Have someone take a look at that again.
So is it a big process, the form?
No, but it's due. It's due in 2 days.
3 days.
April 4th, of course. And I don't know
Form to apply for this?
to apply for it. Yeah. Want to do it?
No, actually, but I would
She
be
said,
happy,
putting him on the spot.
I would be happy to do it with someone else
Okay.
if you'd like some.
Have you looked at it yet at all?
I just looked, there's a tutorial,
Hmm.
and I didn't click through the link, but it was billed as like not a big deal, you just kind of apply, so I'm hoping it's not a big deal. We don't have to have a lot of bells and whistles like
Right.
mayor's support and people supporting us doing this yet. And hopefully it's not like that, like a grant, but I don't know the answer to that question, but
So it's due Thursday?
It's due for fourth. Okay, I mean, I'll look at it, I could look at it and I might email everyone and see.
yeah, I'll look at it too. I just
Okay.
was waiting till we got here because I wanted just to see how everybody.
I mean, maybe it's quick and easy.
Yeah,
It could
sure.
be, it absolutely could be. And it could be done by a committee like this, it could be done by the mayor, it could be, whatever. But
Right.
since it's free and you, I think, get brownie points, climate smart brownie points and things for it, I believe.
Good.
Put you in the responsible community.
Yes.
I could look at that tomorrow and I'll email anyone figures anything. Light bulb exchange, so here's the flyer that Andrew did up, right? Yay. And I think this is a flyer, but it's also an email that's gonna go out to the organizations that we wanna do light bulb distribution with too. I think some people had a couple of added organizations that we could add on to Andrew's list, but anything else? Want to say? No? Everyone's okay with this?
It's good to meet you.
Right, great. Thank you, Andrew, for doing that. So I'll just tell Andrew that the flyer got approved. And then hopefully he has them in-house. So we'll have some light bulbs available. We'll talk about that for Farmers Market Outreach, which is Saturday the 14th, which I think they have posted you down for that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
right.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
So we gotta make sure, I'll email Andrew to get you light bulbs,
19th.
19th, Saturday,
Yeah,
Yes.
right, from 9 to 1.
sure.
It's the first Avenue Market.
Birthday-ish. They have a table and chairs and a tent, I believe, at Farmers Market. I have materials, so I will bring materials. I think we have a banner and we have like,
Can we sit up next to you?
That
sucks.
Talk to me at all.
We should get
No, they have a community tent.
Draw.
Who makes earth cookies that they could have at their table?
Yeah, tree shaped,
You want tree cookies?
green. It's like broccoli.
Broccoli shaped cookies. Broccoli shaped.
Broccolis are mini trees.
This job doesn't take enough out of me.
Give way.
Right.
Put back.
I must say, this is the most laughing committee person I've ever been.
You haven't seen how we close it out. We have to wait till the end. Wait till the end. Hold on. Yeah, it's still experience.
You better,
Yeah, it gets better.
I'm thinking,
All right, fine. So if you get there at 9-ish, there's a community, they have a community spot. Everyone has their own spot.
Yes.
But I believe that, and I could double check, but with Brandon.
Last year, we were back to back with you
Oh, really?
at about the same.
You know, depends on who shows up too.
Yeah.
If there's the table and chairs, if not, I have some in a tent. And like I said, I have a box of stuff that I could give you. What else we need to do? The light bulbs, should we push out, let people know that we're doing light bulbs?
Sure.
We have access to our Instagram account now,
Andrew does.
right? Do we need what do we need to tell?
Let's tell Andrew to make
Just tell Andrew to push out like Instagram.
two.
Oh, you know what we could do too, is if we tell the farmer's market that we're doing this, they will put it in their
Their
newsletter as
newsletter?
well.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
What is
That's-
the hub thing? What is?
Oh, the Hudson Hub, yes.
that's a good idea.
Yes, you're right. And Hudson Hub, yeah, thank you.
And these are gonna be flyers, right? Are we
These are
putting
gonna be
them?
flyers, yeah. So I don't know if we have a graphic, I don't know. It's not me, I can't.
Where? are we
that's
gonna
right.
put
Andrew
those?
really wanted to renew the CAC graphic.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Keep Hudson shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a good, it's good.
That's really good.
All right, let's see, we can work on that. We have graphics first, we'll work on logos. Okay, fine, so farmers market, we're all set, we know what to do, right? Everyone's okay?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so EV car grant, so this is where we're at with this. So we actually got in this week, $12,500 from NYSERDA towards the grants. We are still in the process of figuring out if we can put a level 3 charger behind City Hall. So we have an appointment set up with National Grid. They're going to come here to figure out if we could actually do it. So as of, they'd have to bump it up. As of right now, it's a no. So National Grid has to come, see if they can bump it. The other place where we could put the level 3 charger is down by the dog park, where the sewer plant is. But I don't think that will be a very popular.
And they'd have to take out a lot of trees, you know. 'cause
Well,
they-
that's the other thing too.
They gotta take it.
National Grid is gonna come here, let us know what's involved in putting a level 3 here, as well as if there's any trees that need to come down.
Oh, okay.
So that appointment has been made, but I don't know if they've set a date for it yet, but we're on their waiting list for right now. So it's a process. It's a process.
Does anybody need to be here for that?
Yeah, I mean, the charge point person is working with me, and I'm organizing with Ron Perry, so we clear it.
How flexible is the money? Like if we can't have it here or down at the dog park, is it possible to step down the charger to something else?
Well, that's it. If we can't put the level 3 here, then we're gonna have to do another option.
Okay,
So we're already putting,
Several other twos.
and so the funding can go towards that. It doesn't have to go back.
right,
Okay.
right. So we already have the charges down by the Amtrak, we're gonna put level 2s down there. And the idea was that there's enough money to put a level 3 here, but if we can't, then we figure out something else.
How efficient are level 2s? Like what's the time charged to?
25 miles an hour.
Do you
Okay,
understand the
okay.
terms?
Hmm?
You get
Mhm.
the terminology?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
But the level 3 would be nice because it's like 100 miles an hour.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
And it would be the only level 3 for non-Tesla in Columbia County.
Gotcha.
It would be nice, but if it can't happen, it can happen. We're going to. Okay, Arbor Day. Who's Arbor Day committee?
Am I Arbor Day committee?
Street trees?
Yeah, I haven't done it. Well, wait, no, Andrew wrote to us, right? and he said that he, wait, I just was looking at it.
The RFP was out, it got accepted.
Yep, by one, he said he
On
got
one bit.
one vendor, yeah, here it is. Received one proposal for the street tree planting from Rise and Run, who we've
Right.
worked with before. And he's delaying because not certain we'll be able to do this planting. Question about whether we need to use our funds to replace trees on Harry Howard.
Oh, no, that's good, that's a no.
No, okay, so the money that we can plant the trees then.
Right.
Great, okay.
Because they were
We're getting,
warranty.
we're getting to that. issue,
Right,
but we'll
okay.
get to that.
There's your mic for Grant Ross. Who exactly, his question is, who exactly accepts or rejects the proposal we have received? Tracy?
We have to, well, Tracy gets it in, and then I guess it comes to us, and we say yes or
We
no.
say yes or no.
Right, and then we go
Okay.
back to that.
Okay, so
So are we okay with accepting the
I haven't seen the proposal, so,
budget? The budget is now a little bit less because of the. fall
Right.
ceremony.
we need to, okay it sooner than later. Do you see the proposal? Do you know where it is from Rise and Run?
Can,
When are we planning on doing the planting?
When are we planning it? Well, we were hoping to do it in April.
It's not gonna happen.
No. So, I mean, May,
Right.
could still do May. There, any other thing, looking. I don't see it.
I had
So,
seen the, I don't know where.
yeah,
Okay, so, all right, so Andrew has a proposal. We need to accept the proposal.
Mhm.
Accept it. And then do we have the list of, we have a new budget then for this, which is gonna be less than what we had before.
yeah, so we can go through and
And then-
double check the
Number
trees.
3 is we have to, where are we gonna plant it?
Yep.
And verify that.
Yep.
And we'll have our meeting here on May 1st, May whatever, the first week of May. And then if we okay everything, can we just set a date in with the contractor?
I
To
think
do
so.
it in May,
I think so.
Right.
Yeah,
get it done?
yeah.
That's good to me.
Yeah, people want these street trees.
I know, yeah.
They ask me about it all the time.
Uh-huh. Reasons.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then.
Tree ordinance, which I believe Nathan emailed Margaret in legal. Is Margaret on the line?
She was, but she left.
She left. Okay. Okay, fine. So Nathan was meeting with Margaret. That's where that is right now. So we're saying a few things to legal, so I think that's fine. Community choice aggregation.
Yes, I mentioned last time, we have one proposal coming from Power Markets. I checked with the City of Kingston's Sustainability Director for a recommendation because they have worked together.
Right.
And they were highly recommended by Julie Noble because that sits in that role. I also checked with the Mid-Hudson Energy Transition folks, a nonprofit that is working on a community choice aggregation program in the City of Kingston, who works with Power Markets as a sub under them for the program. And they also recommended, and they were the ones who initially had forwarded the RFP directly to them. Sam and I met just to talk about some questions from the proposal. I met with Nathan as well at the end of last week to compile some questions. I have a meeting with Brad Tito from Power Markets, who's submitted the proposal on Thursday. You're welcome to join if you'd like, or anyone is. And I was just going to run through the questions just to get some clarity on a few things before we pass this proposal along to legal to take a look at it. It's the only one we've received. I think there's a lot of options in there, 4 different options. There's a community choice aggregation, there's a community solar option, there's a mix of the two, there's a building decarbonization support program in there. So it's quite comprehensive. And there's been some questions that have been raised about like the cost of CCA program. If it's going to be more than what ratepayers pay for energy supply in the city of Hudson, there'll obviously be concerns there and pushback. So we just wanted to get a little more clarity from him in terms of the numbers that he's put in this proposal. And I checked my national grid bill just to compare. And so I'm happy to report out after that call. If anything comes up, but the community solar piece actually seems more promising potentially.
Good.
So,
I know, I hate to say this and bring it up, but do we think that all these like tariff issues might impact the cost in the near future?
sure. And the proposal hints at this being a volatile time for energy supply for a number of reasons. So yes.
Anti-idling. You're on that.
We have an anti-idling draft. We had one that a few of you chimed in on. I sent it to Chief Franklin to take a look at. She had some really solid feedback on it. And I have updated the draft with that feedback. And I just sent it to Margaret yesterday. With Franklin's feedback specifically as well on the enforcement side. So hopefully we'll get some good comments from.
Did you CC us? Were you on that?
So I think so, maybe not the whole. If anyone wants to be looped in, I'll loop you in. I think Aaron had worked on the original draft, so I looped you in, and I think you were looped in, Rich. But if anyone else wants to be in, please let me know.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's fine. Anything else then? So at this point,
Just waiting for comments from legal.
from legal, so Margaret understand. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so tree grants. So here we are. So that the Harry Howard tree grant, we got reimbursed for the money spent. So Treasure House, that's everything is helpful set up there. We have gone back out to the contractor because the DEC said that in their report that 8 of the trees were cracked. So we went back out to the contractor and noted the warranty that, look, you need to replace these. They came back today and said that they're going to replace them, but they're going to replace them in the fall. So at this point, I think.
Are they replacing them with the same trees, with service berries? June berries, excuse me.
Thank you.
You know,
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, maybe we could ask for different trees. Is that?
No, I mean, I'm just thinking because of labeling.
Oh, labeling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't label the cracked trees.
Okay, no problem.
So, I
They
mean,
could be cracked trees. This is what happens, children.
This is.
But
Dead.
This is
Dead
your tree
tree.
on crack.
Yes.
8.
all right, so,
They're all June berries.
yeah,
So we are led to believe because of that it was due to the nursery that they came from. Because it was nearly immediate.
Yes.
so I'm gonna go back to, so the next step is I'm gonna go back to Tyler at the DEC and say, look, this is what they're planning on doing, what can we do? As like I said, at this point, the DEC has reimbursed us, so we're just looking to our report from the DEC, I think we got what, an 83?
Yeah.
So we want to do better. He's willing to come back and do another review. But I'm gonna say, look, this is what the nursery said. If they come back and replace these 8 trees that are cracked in the fall, would that be sufficient?
Mhm.
Have we threatened them with debarment yet?
No. I mean, we, if they're willing to replace the trees, then great. I mean, we would like to have them replaced now. They said they're already swamped, they're already full, but yeah, I guess we'll take the fall.
That's fine, and that's better for other trees anyway.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
either spring or fall planting. It's
Okay,
okay, yeah.
So I think it's left it not on the calendar.
Yeah.
Which makes me worried because I think that's what happened to me.
Is that they were left on a pallet?
Yeah, because I think what happened was they were let them dry out somewhere. Probably
And then
Denton
overwatered.
Mini Mall, they came here, and then it was hot and they were watered and they were.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
So, that's the fear.
mean, it's a shame. I mean, I think that if my thing is I want to make a good faith effort towards the DEC and let them know that we can back out. We're looking to get more grants from the DEC in the future, so we want to make sure that this is, if Tyler suggests a different venue,
Jackson first.
I'll ask him first and say, what should we do? And see what they say. I'm sure this isn't the first time they've done this. So, that's it. So tree replacement, tree tags, working on.
Yeah, so, I got this connection from Tyler, Amy McKenzie. I called her today and, she said she was trying to, slough it off to someone else. So I didn't even want to be doing anything. So she's putting me in contact with Questar and the principal of the elementary school.
Oh.
And I'm meeting with Nakira from the, youth department tomorrow, not necessarily for this, but I will talk about this and see if I can get something going.
What kind of tags do you do?
Just
Just whatever. Yeah, just some tags.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think what we did last time is we did like,
Yeah,
little tree trunk
Yeah.
things.
Yep.
Someone wrote on it.
totally.
With some wire. Done.
I have a question for the wire, just as the trees grow, does somebody come back with it?
So you can put it on really loose. It doesn't have to be wire. It can be something else, more of a rubber type that will give and sway and not twist and not choke
Mhm.
the tree. So.
They just have to be on when the DEC comes to do the inspection.
I know,
Did you mute that? Logan.
It's too honest now.
Cause
I
like
think-
any street trees, it's like, especially like in New York City, I would walk by and it was just, you would have to clip them off eventually.
Yeah,
Because you can't, there's no name on them anymore, it was washed out.
Yeah.
Or wiped off, and
Sure.
then it's just like a hazard for the tree, so.
sure.
We'll make them very loose. So sometime. in the
Real
next-
loose.
Sometime in the next 10 years, someone has to go back. Figure it out.
Yeah.
And then the DEC grant, canopy grant was submitted. That was for the 200 grants,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yeah,
So
hopefully we'll hear.
if that comes through, that will keep us busy, I think.
It will keep us very busy, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. But Hope Springs Journal, we'll see.
Thank you very much for doing it. And we worked with our own grant writers here, so yeah, I mean, it's great. If that works out, that would be great.
At the very least, like I said, we can repurpose all that for the next likely
Yeah, it's not a wasted effort.
time.
Right.
So.
Right.
You know, I think we're good.
What's the timeline of hearing back?
Yeah.
It was submitted. We could ask the grant writers.
What I'm saying.
The grant writers should know.
Usually there's like,
Yeah, the grant writers get paid.
like,
They should.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, usually there's like a high level timeline, for
Right.
getting back, like by end of summer, we'll wanna award projects or something, but
Right, for next year.
sometimes, yeah,
For maybe for next year's planting or something.
yeah.
We're not working with the same contractor. That's those trees again. No. And like you said, that, I mean, that's a good suggestion. Like next time it's like a contractor within 50 miles radius.
Yeah,
Like that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it. What
It
else?
also helps, cause then it's local, you're putting that
Yeah.
money back into like the local.
Plus, if there's a problem, they can.
Yeah, they're right here, yeah.
They're right here. You can, if you all just go storm them, protest. Columbia County Climate Smart Committee, anything going on with that?
So the Columbia County Climate Action Planning process continues. There's some folks gave some feedback. There's a meeting on Thursday this week, so I don't have much to report right now.
I think I have this on the list, the fountains by the park do not work anymore. And at the Ankle Break Park, which is up on State and Third, someone wanted to do something about that, but I get to put it on the done list. And the last thing is electricity, which in Linda's minutes, they're coming back to us, so we're going back to them. I think where we left off with them, so they're gonna come back to us.
They were gonna come back to us, if there were any other viable options.
I'm sorry, electricity, you want to.
Electricity,
That
It's a-
Solar,
February.
floating solar. You were here.
on Underhill Lake, the solar is on.
Oh, yes, yeah, Laketricity, pardon me, yeah,
Laketricity, yeah.
the brand name, yes. I
um,
got it.
but in the minutes, like we needed to, but what's the action item on this? So we.
I think that they were gonna look at, they were gonna reevaluate the site and
Yes.
see if there were other sites that could be potential sites as well, and maybe redo a siting
Yes.
proposal, a more comprehensive siting proposal, but
Mhm.
that's kind of what I thought, but I don't have any notes to refer to.
No, that's my recollection of it as well.
Yeah, so Linda, then, the minutes might be a little bit off, because I think the minutes said that we were going to get back to them.
It could be worthwhile just to reach out to them
Reach out
first
to
and
them.
just to confirm it, because
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to leave them hanging if they were waiting on us for something.
yeah, okay, fine, I'll just send an email, see where it's at. Anything else? Wait, hold on, we have someone in the audience. Yes,
Two,
two,
No, first.
you go first, he's here.
pardon me for standing up, you know, at my age, you gotta exercise a little bit. Peter Meyer, I live on Allen Street, where we bought a house back when it was a bunch of, it was the 5,000 square foot shacks. And now it's called something else because everybody's fixed their big houses up. But I come fresh from a little mini victory over National Grid, helping save my neighbor's silver maple. My own definition, I don't know what the official definition of a heritage tree is, but in my own head, it's like anything over 100 years should be given like a blue ribbon for still being around, especially in this town. I heard, and I apologize, as I said, for not being able to hear, that I'm a journalist for 40, 50 years, and somebody told me journalists only ask stupid questions. So I have since, in the last several years, I've learned that when you're hard hearing or not hearing, you ask even more stupid questions. So I apologize. I've heard bits and pieces of National Grid and trees and things, which is what I came here for. The little victory over the silver maple next door, not over the silver maple, before the silver maple, saving it came thanks to Didi Barrett intervening with National Grid. I've now been two weeks as a journalist. Do what I do is I've tried to finding the FOIL officer of National Grid. Good luck, I'll tell you, I'll write a book about it. In any case, National Grid is not, I don't consider our friend. I appreciate the gas and the electricity and stuff, but I don't appreciate after Hudson's been torn apart for the last year, digging and stuff, and I do hope at some point we will bury the damn lines in the ground. We've had the streets, every street, some torn up 3 or 4 times already. Why in the hell couldn't they put all those electrical lines down?
Okay,
I don't.
what's your question, Peter?
2 questions. You're starting to be like the school board now. Yeah, 3 minutes, okay. Those are issues.
Yes,
I hope you appreciate them, and I love what you
Yes,
guys are doing. I've read the report, the inventory report's got a lot in it. Here are my issues. I want to know how to keep saying there's approximately 11 what I call heritage trees in the courthouse lawn. And I want to make sure they don't get cut down. this new lines they're putting up with the 40-foot poles have caused all kinds of problems, and I haven't been able to get many answers from National Grid or our local people about what's going on, or who even oversees the trees on the courthouse. You'd think, given what I've seen since I've been here, I wouldn't call it overseeing the courthouse trees, but if you guys can do anything to help, other than shake your head no, I'm talking about a moral, no, I'm serious.
I understand.
The CAC was formed, I was around during the big fight over the South Bay, right? And today, on the way to this meeting, I just drove up the South Bay, and what's there but two 600,000 pound generators being delivered to Colorado. So, and I feel like we lost that fight. But, so that's one, and then there's foolery. I don't know, I heard something about foolery, but in any case, there's about 11 heritage trees down there. This is a very informal count, but on the Fuggery vision plan, they've got very good, another good report, except for the fact that we've lost all the shacks. So once you get into this demolition by neglect, which Hudson really does a wonderful job at, I'm worried that the Fuggery site, I don't know who, is this this is the city, so I imagine that unlike the county,
Right.
you might have.
It is
you might-
property. It is
Right.
property, right? The courthouse is county property.
Yeah, I know the property, there's no doubt about that, but we live here, and I live right up the street, and I don't want to see more trees cut down in the courthouse, so they know me over at the county, and I'll lobby that as I have to. But Fuggery City, and I just drove down there the other day, of course, the shacks will be gone. And in there, anyway, I just don't want, they claim, it says in their report that they're gonna keep the trees, and they actually have them, lined up. How do we guarantee that that's gonna happen?
What report?
Huh?
What report?
Like the vision plan?
There's a vision plan, it's called a vision plan for this. Very well done, cost $10,000, $15,000, I don't know what, these things are very expensive. And they're well written and well designed. But the shacks are gone, and they're going, I mean, they're still there, and you can't save them for, I mean, I'm sure you could. Remediation, it's possible, this stuff is possible if you have a will. Unfortunately, Hudson is very draggled by trying to find will, political will, on tough subjects. And so here you go, when you're fighting National Grid, it's a tough subject, obviously. But I'm just asking you, if you could pay attention to those heritage trees to the point where we could actually, guarantee that vision plan, it's stating that they will stay. If somebody's overseeing that sort of stuff. Thank you. Good luck, and thanks for all your hard work and your laughter.
My job.
I mean, right. The county courthouse, I mean, it's the county property. I mean, that I can.
Yeah, this, I'm sorry.
I'll start arguing. If you want me to email.
Same argument at schools, right? Our schools stink. I had a meeting with Kamal, the mayor, every mayor, for the last 30 years. Oh, we can't do anything. I won't say what I said to them. As I said to Kamal, these are your kids up there. Kids that live here. It's up to you. You have a moral duty, for God's sakes, to take care of your kids. So I say thing with trees. I mean, we live here. Don't let them convince you to give up your moral duties and your city duties, and human duties, and try to save some trees that deserve saving. Thank you. I'm getting out of here.
Can you hold on a second?
One sec, I just looked at an email that I got from Geraldine Mabel.
Yes, she's my neighbor.
Yes, in January,
Right.
and she said that Doug Bryder, maybe that's who you have to contact if you want to further explain.
I've got it.
National Grid called to let me know they've been in talks with city and county officials and decided to avoid the 300 block of Allen and install the high
Right.
voltage another way. They didn't share what the new plan is and didn't ask because didn't want to press my luck, blah, blah, blah. So there's supposed to be a plan B.
There, yeah,
Left it.
yeah, that's what my foil is all about. You
Yeah.
try to get anybody at National Grid to talk to you.
Okay,
Good luck. I know Brian, they know me,
they know you, all right.
But anyway, if they, we could sit for an hour and talk more about this, but I know Jerry, and that's absolutely right, but National Grid's clammed up, they're not talking about the alternative. I'm watching the stakes on the ground in the park that sit there. Believe me,
Okay.
thank you. Okay,
Peter, before you go running off, are these trees, down by the water, are they actually documented as to their location, their species, their
Yes.
size?
they seem to be it's very clear.
Or does the Conservation Council have this information?
Was available. And you can ask,
Somebody
I
has to do the
recommend.
work, Peter.
We have a tree inventory from 2019 that,
It's
That includes this?
that showed.
2019.
Yes,
2019 was the last time the tree
they
inventory.
were already our property, the city property by then. So they would be on our inventory.
That's something you,
Oh, you're in, this vision plan, I'll send you the link. Oh, I did in that email, that link to the vision plan is
Correct.
there, and I thought it was 2021 or two, right? But it's something,
When they had one.
but it's a nice pretty report, and those trees they're labeled, right?
that's my question.
Yeah, they're labeled.
There's a county, I'm sorry, there's a county CAC as well.
There is a county
Yeah,
CAC.
right, somebody said that, you know who they are?
Hold on. So Josh your
I'm on
representative.
the Climate Smart Community Task Force for the county, but Michael's mentioning
Okay,
the
so-
EMC, which is a separate body,
Yes.
the Environmental Management Council.
So we have a CAC at the county level.
Right.
Which.
The town, this is the town.
Right, city council.
For the courthouse.
Wait, for the courthouse, so you want, do
Yes.
you have contacts for that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
For the county CAC?
But not the CAC, the
Now,
EMC.
that's
It's
it.
an EM.
Isn't that amazing?
It's a similar body and it's called the EMC, for Environmental Management Council. So yes,
Go to your to-do list.
They've obviously skipped this fight.
And the tree ordinance that we mentioned briefly earlier is something we're working on right now so that we have more protections for trees in the public way. That's the intent of it. So it's in process right now to see what we can push through. But we're hoping to have something in place that will protect
I
trees that
wonder
are.
I wonder if other tree ordinances have like, if there's a tree over a certain DBH, like it's like on a no cut list.
Yeah.
yes, that's fairly typical
Yeah.
from what we've seen in
Yeah.
the research going up to our ordinance.
Yeah.
So that trees are often treated with more respect as their diameter increases.
That was short people.
I mean, that's, Margaret Morris, Margaret?
Yes.
Yeah, so Margaret is chair of the legal committee. So, and they currently have the tree ordinance. They currently have the tree ordinance.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes, and so that's on the verge of empowering the city to.
Right.
Yeah.
To be more attentive
I'll check.
to particular tree protection.
Okay.
But we can only do, we can do trees on city property. So private trees are still a whole other ballpark.
Yeah, I read that section in your guys' inventory. It's like, those are those little, so I know it's a tough call. I know that. But, I wish we could get National Grid to like be a little more forthcoming about their plans. Had they checked with us in
They
advance?
chopped down the tree in front of my house without even telling me.
No, I
did
know.
that one weekend, and it was half done.
You have rights, sir.
Even once it's down, what are you gonna do?
Seriously.
But unfortunately, I have to screen it down. So, but then anyway, we'll
Okay,
get
and
there.
I'll follow up with Rob Perry about the trees down by, Figari.
Yeah,
See.
thanks.
Look
Okay.
at those 11 trees.
Thank you.
Here we go. All right, thank you.
This is-
Yes. Lauren,
I just don't understand this thing about electricity, solar panels on the lake. Is that a serious proposal?
Yes.
yes. And you can go back to the February YouTube video.
It means something that someone here who How is that in any way, shape or form, allowed?
Well, it's not actually a serious proposal at this
Thank
point.
God.
I'm just sort of broaching the idea to us that maybe we might want to consider it. But it's not anything that would happen anytime soon. And what we were discussing earlier was that we expect them to come back to us with a more detailed document about how they would like to go about it.
But why would they ever want to do something like that? To
Well-
generate electricity or just to clutter up the lake?
Well, they have a number of reasons. If you look at the website for the organization that does this, they'll charm you with all sorts of reasons why it might be a good idea for the owner of the lake, as well as the people who are trying to generate the electricity.
Are they trying to set like a lake preservation notion or something?
No, well, in some circumstances, there's a lot of different places where this has been done. In Europe and Japan, and one of the reasons, especially in warmer climates, is to limit the evaporation from the water
The
body.
lake.
Yes, which
Like
then
under
saves,
here.
which then saves on water. So, but there's a lot of reasons. If you look at this videotape from the last meeting, you'll see some of the details that they brought up at that meeting.
Okay. I just look back and I wonder what my mom would say.
Well,
She was a big environmentalist.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Quick question. So at Oakdale Lake,
Yes.
that's City of Hudson, right?
Yes.
So, last year during summer camp, the lake had to be shut down because of a really bad algae bloom, really nasty,
Yeah.
toxic algae bloom.
Mhm.
I've noticed it is there already this year.
Oh, really?
And I think that we need to probably address this.
mhm.
Yeah, that'll,
And I don't know, I have no clue.
Really challenging.
barley falls, barley extract, and apparently they used to treat it before someone was doing it. I don't know who,
Did something last spring.
Well,
it has to be done.
What had been done in years past was a dose of copper sulfate, which can be used, but it has deleterious effects on the life
Right.
in the lake. I initiated a test of the barley treatment, and only determined later that I had done it at the wrong time of year. It essentially needs to be done a little even before March, like when the ice breaks up, but before
Before it blooms.
before the sunlight and the warmth triggers the bloom.
For most efficacy, but I use it all the time in my pond,
Oh, great.
all year round. And
Really?
yes, it works, it's best
To
do it regularly because algae, like, it's, once it gets going, you blink and then, oh my God. But it still works.
Hmm.
It still works. And I think if we can,
At that scale, well, you have a pond, a small
right,
pond.
right, but
Would it work at the scale of
Oh.
a lake,
Oh,
And it's
Yeah.
flowing
you
lake.
just have to
in theory?
be there doing it. That's all.
And when did you do this, Michael? Because was it last year? Was when the friends group was
No,
trying the barley?
I did it in 2007.
Okay, well, they tried again, I think, at maybe a larger scale,
Yes,
last spring.
just last spring.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Tomorrow, oh, right.
Tamar from the Friends of.
Yeah. Well, I wonder,
Tried it. And they've been doing water,
I
they've been
didn't,
doing water
I didn't
testing.
follow that effort, and I wonder what results they came up with.
Yeah, I can get more information on that.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, I'll ask Rob Perry too, because it's still called under DPW
Oh,
jurisdiction.
And I know that when I spoke to Tamar about this at some point, I know that they were trying not to pull the non-invasive algae. But obviously we had this algal bloom, the harmful algal bloom situation last summer, but they were trying to maintain some of the algae life to compete against more harmful varieties that, but I
Right.
don't know what that looks like this year. And I've seen that very
It
vibrant
is back.
patch, but I don't know, I mean, it's the similar color, but I don't know if
Oh,
it's
neon green.
neon green, but it's the,
I thought too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder if this, like for the water, what was that grant?
Yeah, the water.
The water.
Water quality
protection
grant.
program?
Yeah.
Well, so there's a few things that come to mind because the Oakdale Lake is an artificial lake, right? It was a stream that was dammed
Correct.
and now it's, yeah, so it's not in balance. It's not like a natural lake, right? So it doesn't have the processes to maintain these things. And then in addition, if it was a natural lake, then all of the land use changes around the lake are putting in different inputs into the lake, so which is causing it to go off balance. So,
Yes, all the fertilizer runoff.
yeah, so I wonder too if there's just taking a step back, if there's better management, that could probably, it's not a drinking water source, but I don't know if that grant matters.
You can ask them.
Yes.
Because then there could be other management,
Why not?
like maybe other best practices that could come out and then there's more of a town
Exactly.
awareness and education.
Address the entire watershed
Yes,
for,
before using like
Yeah.
more harsh chemicals to balance it, because it will never be balanced.
right.
Mhm.
So it's like, are you just gonna keep harming the submerged aquatic vegetation and all the species in there
Yeah.
to balance the lake for swimming?
Mhm.
Or do we want to actually maintain it as a natural resource that's
Right, and
functioning?
there are other measures that can be taken even for bodies of water that aren't natural lakes, that could be used on canals or
Yeah.
Other
Even putting some,
waterways.
yeah, even putting some like, some, to, anything to kind of capture or slow down the water before it gets to the lake.
Right.
So some different types of.
Some
like,
other
runoff.
vegetation.
Yeah,
yes.
vegetation or.
Right. As
Holding
well
ponds or
as
something to help.
introducing other aquatic
Yeah.
vegetation into the system that would
Yeah.
absorb the other pollutants.
Fish. The fish that eat the algae, actually.
Well,
Some
correct.
fish-
But then the dissolved oxygen is the problem, and I know they have the bubblers, so there's no like natural, and then they have a lot of, historic, there's a feedback loop happening that just keeps pushing it towards this end of
Yeah.
algae, and I can't remember, there's just some historic, material that keeps feeding the nutrient cycle.
By
can't
historic, I
remember.
mean what's already deposited?
I can't
Or-
remember,
And
I would
are
have
you
to double check.
speaking specifically of this pond or
this
just in
pond, the
general?
Oakdale, the Oakdale.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just, it's just really hard to break the positive feedback
Oh,
of
no
pushing
doubt.
it towards the
Yeah.
calves.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just another factor is the fish stocking. I don't know if that's happening again. They did it last year, right?
Yes.
And
In
Yes.
Oakdale?
Mhm. Correct.
well, they'll help get rid of some of the algae. I know in years gone by, the actual, water was very good as far as, not having a lot of bacteria or whatever versus a lot of other
It's the
locals.
cleanest spot of year round for.
It was pretty clean,
for-
it just,
Mhm.
when the
For Oakdale?
temperatures fluctuate, that triggers the algae somehow, I don't know, but it's just prime for algae to kind of
Is that
take off.
change?
I don't know why that is, I don't know. but
And it could potentially continue to get worse if, I don't know how algae perform or live over winter.
Mhm.
Like maybe because now there was a hab bloom in the fall, like late summer, fall, maybe it just stayed in the system and it's just starting off on that foot.
Mhm.
I don't know how it works, but
We could, the Friends of Oakdale Lake have contracted with, I don't remember what their name is, private firm, Ecosystem, something, to do the water testing there. And I think they were doing the barley testing, but
Right.
they should be, I mean, they could be a good resource just for more information, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, say Kate
All
was
this.
testing that.
I think so. Yeah, from Great Ecology.
Yeah, great ecology.
Great
Thank you.
ecology.
But yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, so maybe we could see
See,
We're just gonna get on it fast, that's,
Yeah.
right, because it's a naturally hot
Yeah.
spots of
Yeah.
of weather
I can
we
follow up
had,
with
that's
you
what does it.
yeah.
My pond was fine in the, in the day.
If you follow up with Kate, I'll follow up with Rob Perry, and we'll follow up with Tamar, and then we'll come back and we'll see what email, and then we'll see what, if there's any next steps we could take.
Great.
Yeah,
Sounds like we have 3 different organizations.
That's really cool. Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
there you
Yes.
go.
And then maybe we could see if, we could
Better all.
cover any future work under that grant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And perhaps for climate action might have enough, they fund ecological restoration work and they, feel like this actually might be up their alley for, I don't know when the next round of that grant cycle might be, but
So like,
something to think about as private funds
like a grant
Yeah.
to study the process to see.
or to implement something, yes. Solution.
This almost deserves a wave.
All right, you ready? Meeting adjourned?
Thank you.
All right, that's it. Anyone else? Anything else? No, meeting adjourned? Second?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Who seconded?
wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing, everyone.